And this could be Cornelia Uland's gold for the taking. 51 gates, of which 49 are turning. Look at those temperatures, +6 to +8 degrees Celsius, with the Swiss coach Vollmer setting the second run pattern of turns. Let's have a look at the POV camera here from Simone Zania. Seems to be a lot of pace and tempo, doesn't there, in the early turns? On a slight fall away as well, something that we didn't notice on the first run. Through the verticale, listening to the skis gripping under a firm surface underfoot. Oh, this is looking very good indeed. It's a very nice rhythm from the Swiss coach. Just a difficult closeout. That's a good set, I would say. A little faster, maybe. Some great rhythm and pace. So Kazakhstan will get the action underway with Skorokodova, then Simon of France. Grandinger looking for another medal for Germany. Sue Piller, another skier, looking for a second run charge. And working our way through the final 10 to Cornelia Uland, fastest after the first run, 0.28 clear of her closest rival, Leona Reich. Then we will go through from 31, once the medals have been decided, and a quick ceremony from 31 to 62 to wrap up this final race for the women at the FIS Alpine Junior World Ski Championships. El Omira and Stefan of Lebanon will wrap up. This will be a fascinating shootout. Now, the story for this lady, representing Kazakhstan, Skorokodova, she needs to take full advantage of a smooth, clean piste here, put in that second run charge. You see from the on-screen graphic, she's 2.39 seconds off the pace of our Swedish leader. It's not about gold, silver or bronze for this lady. It's about scoring FIS points, lowering your world ranking, improving your start number in future races. Now, Kazakhstan out on course. First racer from the second run of this FIS Alpine Junior World Ski Championships, live here on FIS TV from Tarvisio in Italy. It's a good offswing. Ooh, you're going to have to work for the medals here. Really tight technical turns in the opening section of this second leg. We're on the Prizing B piste, one of the homologated racetracks here in Tarvisio. And the Kazakh racers doing well here. Oh, again, there's another little stumble. The snow is a little soft on some, turns hard on others. But she sets the total time over the two runs at 1 minute 31.67 seconds. We're going to run through these as quick as we can to try and keep the snow track and the race beast in the best possible condition. 34 for the French team is Margot Simon. Margot is out of the Club de Sport Les Saisies. Young French racer. Took a DNF in the GS and the Super G. 28th in the downhill at these World Juniors. Still only 18 years of age. Good, solid technique from the youngster. And this tight technical set from the Swiss coach. These are the turns, I believe, that really test the skill, technique and timing of the turn. Nice skiing, riding the middle of the ski beautifully. Now just bring the weight forward a little in the steep closeout. That is a lovely performance from Margot Simon of France. Just under 3/4 of a second quicker than the Kazakh racer. Comfortably into the lead. New target time set at 1 minute 30.93. 28th after the first run. Cheyenne Zehenna Now Zehender, 400ths of a second, you see on the right of your screen. That's the advantage that the Swiss skier brings forward from the first run into this second leg. Builds a 10th. Remember, Swiss coach set these turns. I'm sure the Swiss racers have been practicing these combinations, practicing this type of off-swing on the turn. That's well within the rules. But the light goes red. It's the soft snow. These turns will be the ones that rat the most. When you set a very technical swing like Volmer has done here, it's going to make for some big ruts for the faster racers. Cheyenne Zehender, second position, 0.62 off the pace of Margot Simon. Not quite as light on the turn as the French skier before her. Great to see Australia in this second run shootout. Perfect performance from Phoebe Heaton, bib number 53 into 27th position. She's out of the Thredbo Ski Racing Club of Australia, one of Australia's top winter resorts. Now, not so much tempo, but a real skillful turn is required in these technical off-swing turns here. Australia look to take the lead from France. Phoebe Heaton for Aussie now dips. Oh, she's there. Phoebe Heaton of Australia, 0.44, takes the lead. And that is a brilliant ski for Phoebe from bib 53 at the start of proceedings earlier today. Amélie Bourgeois of Canada, 26th quickest from the first run. Now, Emily picked up a DNF in just about all of her races so far at these World Juniors. It would be great for the young Canadian skier to finish off with a result here today. Takes the green light, builds on the advantage from the first run. Now 0.22 of a second, right side of the clock. Remember, the green light tells us that the skier on screen is ahead of the current leader. The red light explains that she has time to find against that skier watching from the finish area. Australia's Phoebe Heaton leads. Amélie Bourgeois of Canada and stops the clock. 0.87 off the pace. The young Canadian racer into third position. A chance for France to regain the lead from Léonie Carreau. 25th after the first run, 0.31 of a second. Léonie is out of the French resort of Méribel and skis for the Club de Sport of Méribel in the Trois Vallées of the French Alps. Builds on the advantage from the first run. 0.44 now ahead of the Australian leader. Quite a tall young lady. 19 years of age, brings some good form with top 10 results, 3 of them in FIS races this season. Just a little off if we have to nitpick here in the commentary with the timing on the closing turns, 1:30.49, and that's the difference between first and third position. Léonie Carreau from Méribel, France, into third position. This is Tatum Gross-Didier, American racer from Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Nice technique on those opening turns. Lovely light touch on the soft snow from the American racer. Loses a 10th of her advantage from the first leg, but still comfortably in control here with the green light. Sending it nicely in the midsection as well. A lovely flow and rhythm to her work here. Nice tempo on these tough technical turns. Oh, nothing wrong with this from the 19-year-old American. Can the USA take the lead from Australia? Tatum Gross-Didier, 800ths the right side of the clock. America take the lead. Silja Koskinen of Finland, 23rd quickest off the first run. 0.15 of a second is the advantage that she carries forward from that first leg into the second. A series of 30-point scores on the National Junior Championship races leading into these World Juniors. She's struggling, though, with the tight off-swing and technical turn here. And I'm pretty sure that green light will go red at Sector 2. Refines the rhythm and flow. But those errors on the upper section paid for. Oh. Well, a clear example of some aggressive racing, but not clean enough in the turn from Koskinen. Apologies for the frozen picture there. Valeriani of Italy. He's from Latina. We saw her make her World Cup debut in the night slalom of Flacco back on the 14th of January on the FIS Ski World Cup. Also a lot of experience on the Europa Cup Tour. Giulia Valeriani now has a lot of experience at top level senior international competition, and she's putting that to good effect here. Very calm, cool, skillful skiing on the upper part of the challenge. Keeps those arms nice and quiet, always forwards in front of the body. Lovely balanced posture. The timing and rhythm is also there from the Italian challenger. Gros Didier sets the target time for the USA, 1:30.41, and Italy take the lead from the USA. Valeriani, my apologies, 900th right side of the clock, and Italy into gold medal position. Great Britain are in the chase for the medals here with Molly Butler. 18 years of age, the daughter of Simon Butler, a long-established ski teacher and coach in the Alps. Her personal coaches, Emma Carrick-Anderson and Phil Smith, working with the Freddie Carrick-Smith boys. And Freddie and Zach. Oh, Molly's down. What a disappointment. Young British racer. Just 0.15 off the pace of the leading Italian. In the bronze medal position till it all went wrong.
And after slow motion, the British here.
And that tight technical off-swing just puts pay to Molly's performance. And that is a very sad DNF for the British fans. Feliciello. Now Feliciello of Canada next on course. Now Feliciello. You can see that rut starting to develop, this soft spring-like snow. Ruts through each and every one of the racers following that same line, the racing line. And after a nervous start, these are smoother, cleaner turns in the closeout. Britt Richardson was Canada's last gold medal at World Junior level in the giant slalom in Saint-Jean-d'Ulpe, France, this time last year. Here comes Elsa Feliciello, dives for the line, 4th position, just out of the medal places.
61 for the Canadian. Quarto tempo per la canadese con il pettorale numero.
Valeriani still leads. Elena Riederer, Austrian racer out on course, another skier that made her a world champ. Oh, she's gone as well. Made her World Cup debut in Sestriere just a couple of weeks ago. You've got to be very accurate with the footwork. The timing of the turn is crucial on these technical upper turns. And that rut is starting to buck and kick the skis to go with it.
Stiamo avvicinando alle migliori 15. We're approaching racers.
Now let's watch Faye Buff very carefully. 18th quickest from the first run. 0.42 of a second is the advantage that she carries forward from that first leg. Now, this young lady out of the St. Moritz Ski Club of Switzerland. Swiss coach set the course, remember. And let's hope his words of wisdom can help the Swiss racers here. Look at the offswing. Technical. Timing is absolutely key. '23rd in the giant slalom, but a potential top 15 here. Good, comfortable green light, looking nice and relaxed, flowing, almost floating from gate to gate here. Faye Buff from St. Moritz, Switzerland, is looking very strong coming in to the closing turns. Switzerland look to take the lead from Italy, and that is an exceptional skillful ski. Faye Buff from St. Moritz into the gold medal position. Time difference is impressive too. 0.87 clear at the top of the table. Jakobsen of Norway is quickly out on course. Now, Christina. Some nice FIS giant slalom victories against her name. So we were bitterly disappointed to see Christina Jakobsen DNF on the first run of the giant slalom. Looking to make amends with her slalom skills here today. 0.41, the right side of the clock for the young Norwegian. Celebrates her 20th birthday in a few days' time here. We'll be celebrating that birthday at the weekend. And Jakobsen, she's there! The Norwegian, after a tough start to this competition, the giant slalom, finally shows her skills. And Norway take the lead from Switzerland. 16th from the first run, Emilia Mondinelli. Mondinelli made her World Cup debut at the start of the women's senior tour this season in Levi, Finland. 8 World Cup starts, 29 Europa Cup starts, 2 Europa Cup podiums, and 1 Europa Cup victory. Italian team have high hopes for Mondinelli here today. .22 off the pace of Jakobsen, leading for Norway. Needs to use that experience to good use now. Here comes Emilia Mondinelli for Italy. It's a good fast closeout from the Italian. Oh, she's missed it. Mondinelli goes into the bronze medal position. Norway, Switzerland, Italy, the new 1-2-3. Into the halfway point of this second run, Madeleine Sylvester Davik. Another Norwegian skier. At 19 years of age and still with a lot of World Cup experience. Made her debut this season in giant slalom on the World Cup Tour 2 weeks ago in Semmering. 2 weeks ago, a couple of months ago, 28th of the 12th. It's those 5 World Cup starts and those 28 races in Europa Cup that should make her calm, cool, and let the skis do the talking here. Sylvester Davik, very aggressive in the midsection. She's cutting the line. Oh, it's cut too tight. Just about to say she's really putting everything on the line in the mid part of the challenge there, but just pushed it a little too hard. DNF for Sylvester Davik of Norway. Her teammate Christina Jakobsen still leads and sets the target time at 1 minute 29.43 seconds. Astrid Hedin, 14th quickest from the first run. 0.14 of a second advantage. She's out of the Sundsvall Ski Club. 29th position in the giant slalom here at these World Juniors. But this lady's got some good form from the Europa Cup against her name as well. The B Tour, remember, where many of the youngsters are prepared for World Cup competition. Ooh, just a little stumble on the wall of the rut, but makes a very skillful and fast recovery. Astrid Hedin looking to put Sweden ahead of Norway. She needs a fast closeout here. Target time is 1:29.43. Sweden or Norway as Astrid dives. Fourth position.
0.42 back for Astrid Hedin here on the ground.
Well, Hedin. Good ski. Best result of the World Juniors for Astrid. Let's go to Liv Moritz for the United States of America. She's out of the University of Denver ski team. 3 World Cup starts, including Kronplatz, Italy this season for Moritz. In the World Cup giant slalom in the Italian Dolomites. We're in the Julian Alps and the Carnic Alps here in Tarvisio. But Liv Moritz just struggling a little with the technical turn here. And this snow is starting to rut and bump. Ooh, this is going to be tough for the faster skiers from the first leg. Moritz really battling here. Trying everything she can within her repertoire to try and squeeze some extra speed out of the skis. This is Liv Moritz of the USA into 4th position. Out of the medals. Sue Piller for Switzerland, tying with Moritz of the USA for 12th position after the first run. The advantage she carries into this second leg is just 0.18 of a second. Out of the ski resort of Schönried. Many of Switzerland's top World Cup racers have come from the Schönried Ski Club. And that DNF on the second run of the giant slalom where she was in top position, possibly still haunting her. Sue Piller looking to make amends here and round off her Junior World Championships with a strong performance in the slalom. I love the way she sets up the turning ski high and early. She's getting bumped by those rollers and ruts that are getting deeper with every skier. Sue Piller charging to take the lead from Jakobsen. She's missed it. And Sue Piller finishes in 6th position. Still a PB for the racer at these World Juniors. Germany are next on course. 11th quickest from the first run. Charlotte Grandinger. One of 2 German racers in the top flight for the second run. Charlotte's out of the Munich Youngsters Ski Club. A respectable 26th position in the giant slalom earlier this week. Slalom is her best discipline and where her best point scores have come, including a 27-point FIS score for 3rd spot in the German National Junior Championships at Grandinger now. Trying to work with this changing and difficult terrain. These warm conditions making life really tough for these faster races. Charlotte Grandinger, 4th position. Unable to shake up the medal places. Christina Jakobsen still holds top position. Faber for Switzerland is 2nd. Emilia Mondinelli holds 3rd for Italy. Tatum Byler, 9th quickest from the first run. 10th quickest, I should say, from the first run. Last year as a junior for Tatum. Ooh, she's right on the edge of her game here. Got to be careful. Low, late, struggling, fighting against the line. Just didn't start setting up the turn high or early enough. She gets lower and later by the rounded ruts. It's a DNF for Tatum Byler. Did not finish on the second run. Romy Ertl of Germany, the daughter of Martina Ertl, a 4-times Olympic medalist. Now can her daughter pick up another medal for Germany? Germany are lying 3rd in the standings for these World Juniors, the medal standings, of course, after 2 brilliant performances from their men in the speed competitions. Felix Reusel taking gold and Benno Brandis taking gold in Super G. Felix the gold in the downhill. Now, Romy Ertl looking to emulate her mother, fantastic World Cup racer Martina Ertl, always a pocket rocket, dynamic skier to follow. 0.95. Ooh, the conditions are getting more and more difficult for the faster racers from the first run. Oh, 12th position. That is disappointing. We're well into the top 10 now, 8th fastest. This is Maya Varoshits out of the Schwarz Ski Club. We've seen her 5 times race the World Cup Tour this season, the highest level of FIS international ski competition. This young lady. '11th in the giant slalom. He's the Austrian national giant slalom as well to go with it. Now, it's that World Cup form that will give her the confidence. But this rut. Oh, she straddles, going into the flush on the second pitch. And that is a big upset and a big chance for Austria gone by. Maya Varoshits, one of the most experienced juniors in the race. There is the straddle. It's an immediate disqualification, which is why she stops and does not continue. 7 races left to go. The newly crowned World Junior Giant Slalom champion, Georgia Colomb, is out on course. 18 years of age from the World Cup resort of La Tuile. Can she add a slalom medal to that gold from the GS? She too is in trouble. Recovery skills required here from Colomb. Oh, these are nice turns though. She's got to be careful. That snow, when she leans in a little, will not support her as it softens further down the challenge. Holds the green light. This is a good, positive charge from the teenager. Now the piste will harden again in the closing turns. Georgia Colomb looking to take the lead from Norway. The Italian dives, and Georgia Colomb, gold medal number 2, is on the cards. 600th the right side of the clock. The Italian shaking her head in the finish line. That was a real battle from start to finish. Is that good enough to finish in the top 3? Italy are far from done. Ambra Pomer next to challenge. She's out of the Cortina Ski Club, where she lives. She's got World Cup experience against her name. And of course, Cortina, a famed women's World Cup stop on the ALPINE Ski World Cup Tour and hosting the women's event of the 2026 Winter Olympic Games. Now, Ambra Pomer. Trying her best to work with the rut. That is the technique. That is the key skill. Don't fight with it, but put the ski in it as high and as clean as early as possible. 0.28 off the pace here. Ambra has a little bit of work to do. 19 years of age from the Italian team, and she's gone 8th. These conditions really difficult for the faster skiers of the first leg. 4 left to challenge. 2 Swedes and 2 Austrians. Nordberg out on course. Now Esther. That's a mistake from the timing. Let's catch the exact time at the second sector. Swedish fans wish that were true. But I must say this is nice and light, skillful skiing from Esther Nordberg. I like the touch she's got against the turning ski. Now the timer should correct itself. She does hold the green light. 0.29, right side of the clock. This is Esther Nordberg for the Swedish team, coming in with some lovely, accurate, but soft, subtle turns. Nordberg for Sweden is there. Esther Nordberg into gold medal position. Very good indeed. Great recoveries. America are out on course quickly with Kirsty Moritz. She's out of the Middlebury College ski team. And of course, Middlebury College means that Kirsty racing on the collegiate tour as well as NORAM and national championships whilst over here in Europe. Esther Nordberg has lowered the target time to 1:29.17. Now Moritz, sector time 2, identical time to our leading Swedish racer. Oh, making the recoveries. Finish line is within sight. Can the USA take the lead from Sweden? Moritz into 5th position. Just lost away a little bit on the last part of the challenge. A little scrappy. Lost the rhythm and flow to the performance. 3 to go. Natalie Falk of Austria. 0.05 of a second is the advantage that Falk has over Esther Nordberg, leading for the Swedish team. Falk is another racer that has experience from the senior FIS Ski World Cup Tour for the women. She made her World Cup debut back in 2023. Falk now. Smooth, clean are the words that the coaches. It's got to be error-free. I like the way that, well, so many of these young ladies skiing like experienced pros, aren't they? Working the terrain, using the skis wisely and efficiently. Natalie Falk of Austria has taken Austria into the gold medal position. Great skiing from Natalie Falk. I love that light touch in the softening snow, closing turns. Skillful skiing.
Within the top 2. Ne mancano 2, signore e
2
signori.
left to challenge.
Per definire il podio ufficioso finale.
Leonie Reich, a distant cousin to Benny Reich. Now, second quickest after the first run. This is the lady out of Pichtal in Austria, the famous glacier where so many of these racers in today's competition have worked through the summer and autumn months. Again, the words from the Swiss coaches is keep it light. That nice touch, almost delicate on the turning edge, is the key to success in these soft snow conditions. 0.45. Oh, lovely feeling for the skis in the midsection. Austria could go 1-2 here. And again, a lovely balance here from Leonie Reich. She dives for the line. Leonie Reich into the gold medal position. Austria a 1-2. With Falk now in silver. Esther Nordberg of Sweden down to bronze. One racer left to challenge.
Oostenrijk, België. But, ladies and gentlemen, the leader after the first run at Cornelia Holland.
This is Cornelia Öland out of the Åre Ski Club. An amazing 5th position on the Women's Senior World Cup Tour in Sestriere. She was the fastest on the second run. Remember, Zrinka Lucic won the World Juniors here not too long ago and now leads the Women's World Cup Slalom Tour. Could this be the story for Cornelia Öland here? Working the ruts well, but a lovely race pace about the Swedes' work. Timing is there. Let's watch for the green light at Sector 2. Oh, and that is a big disappointment. And Cornelia Öland really does need to go through the gears. Perhaps she's just a little too hard against that turning ski. As the soft snow takes its toll on the Swedes' performance, Cornelia Öland has pulled it off in the closing turns. What a turnaround. It looked like she'd lost it at halfway. She pulls it all back in the closeout. It's gold for Sweden. That is quite spectacular from Cornelia Öland. Oh, my word. I thought she'd lost it. She never gave up fighting. This was a performance of guts and determination. All the pressure on her, the toughest of the piste conditions, she never gave up, fighting to the very last gate for a brilliant performance and a truly deserved gold medal. Well, that was exciting. That was as good and as fast as the World Cup itself. Cornelia Uland, who will be back in action in her home resort of Åre this coming weekend on the Audi FIS Ski World Cup, has provided us with a brilliant second run to take the gold for Sweden. It was Anja Persson in Canada back in 2000, and 25 years later have Sweden found yet another alpine ski racing superstar. Bronze for Leonie Reich of silver, I should say, for Leonie Reich of Austria. Also the bronze going to Austria with Natalie Falk. Esther Nordberg for Colomb in 5. But the star of the show in the last race of the FIS Alpine Junior World Ski Championships is Cornelia Uland of Sweden. Gold medal in the women's slalom and the new World Junior Champion for 2025. That is a spectacular performance. That's exactly how Cornelia skied in the World Cup a couple of weeks ago. And at 19 years of age, I think Cornelia Uland is a star in the making for the Swedish team. Confidence is at an all-time high, and her execution in that second run, well, was just full of attitude as well as skiing skill. The Austrians have put on a great show, taking silver and bronze, but both of these skiers, I'm sure they'd be the first to admit that they have been outraced today.
Championship Tarvisio 2025 women unofficial slalom podium. Al terzo posto, please, Natalie Falk.
Well, Natalie Falk is another experienced racer out of the Zillertal region of Austria. Leonie Reich, second position from pit stall in Austria. But Cornelia Uland has skied magnificently today. And Uland here, bringing that form from the World Cup a couple of weeks ago, and she'll take the form from today's race into Åre this coming weekend. The Swedish resort hosting the Audi FIS Ski World Cup Tour with a giant slalom and a slalom race. What a brilliant finish for the Swedish team here at the FIS Alpine Junior World Ski Championship. Medalists in a slow motion replay. We will continue with the rest of the skiers still in this competition from 31 all the way through to 62. And for those of you that have friends, family or skiers in the second part of this competition, but it is Sweden that take the last gold for the ladies at these World Juniors with a fantastic second run charge from Cornelia on screen. Now, these skiers will not be challenging for the medals, but are looking for valuable FIS points and world ranking as up-and-coming junior stars of the international ski racing scene. And Logan Gross-Didier, the younger of the two sisters, racing in the competition today. Sister Tatum took 17th position. 16th position, my apologies, Tatum. And for Logan, it is a DNF on that second leg. These tight technical turns will prove very difficult for some of these later numbers, primarily due to the fact that the piste conditions are really starting to get very rutted, bumpy, and difficult indeed. Hanna Ziba for Poland is on course, 32nd after the first run. picked up a DNF in the second run of the giant slalom, so determined to try and get a result down in this second leg of the final competition for the women. The men will race their slalom and final race here tomorrow. Of course, we'll have it live for you here on FIS TV throughout the early morning and into lunchtime. But from a start number of 54, Hannah looking for a place in the top 50 here to earn some points. 26th position. Slovenia are next on track with Taya Prezern. A very impressive 5th position from the European Youth Olympic Festival in Bakuriani in Georgia last month. That 5th position was the best point score of her young career. Still only 16 years of age. Now the young Slovenian racer does well here. From a start number of 16 to 27th position, that could be her second best result of the season so far. June Garitano Iturbe of Spain. I think it was back in 2007, Formigal, the Spanish resort, hosted the World Junior Championships. But now for Garitano Iturbe, 28th position. Canada are next in the gate. Last time Canada hosted the World Juniors was Panorama in 2022. This is Andrea Nicolici. Struggling with the rats and having to call it, getting lower and later in the line. And I think this is something that will prove very difficult for these later start numbers. Garance Meyer, part of the French team that won the mixed team gold, and also Garance picked up a bronze medal in the women's downhill. Right at the top of these championships. Women's downhill was one of the first races on the 27th of February. So with a gold and a bronze, Meyer, out of the La Clusa Ski Club, will be more than happy with her World Juniors. 25th position in the slalom today, 4.10 off the pace of our Swedish winner. '56 is Kiasuni, 37th position after the first run. The young Finnish racer. Just 17 years of age. '30th position, 6.17. Again, a racer finding those rutted and bumpy conditions very difficult in the closing turns. Bib 45 is Antonio Rischel of Germany. It's out of the Partenkirchen Ski Club. So many of Germany's great racers have come from. And of course, a regular venue. Oh, that's a shame for Antonia. A DNF. Here's a much better camera angle of how steep this pitch is. Now you start to get a little more of an understanding and view of how tight these turns become, especially when you have to follow the rutted terrain. Let's go to Czech Republic, Tereza Kutner. An impressive ninth position at the European Youth Olympic Festival in Georgia last month. And looking for a result to go with that 61.57 FIS point score. Potentially with the two results lower her world ranking. She's done well to stay in the chase from a start number of 68. And this young lady's battled bravely. 31st position. That could be the second point score that she was hoping for. Gwyneth Tenra of Luxembourg. 40th after the first run. It's a DNF for Gwyneth on the upper part of the challenge. Lara Hummel for, again, the Czech Republic, 41st after the first run. Skier that's picked up most of her points, citizen racing to this point in her career. 40th in the giant slalom here. Top 30 for Lara, the target today. Nice dynamic skiing in the closing turns. Oh, just outside that top 30, 31st position. Ada Kanto for Finland, 42nd after the first run. Kanto, another youngster that's had a World Cup start in her career. Just 19 years of age. And benefiting from the fact that the Finnish Ski Federation hosts early races on the ALPINE Ski World Cup Tour for slalom in Levi, of course. And that allows a greater quota number of starters and the opportunity for a lot of the young Finnish skiers to get a taste of World Cup competition, which I believe is a huge benefit. Kanto into the top 30, 29th position. Good skiing. Barbanova for Slovakia. She's in a little bit of trouble in these very technical turns. A 19-year-old from Slovakia. Oh, that's a shame. Slovakia last won the World Junior Slalom Championship title with the great Petra Vlhova back in 2014. It was held in Slovakia that year as well, in their marvellous winter resort of Jasna. Nicole Wardley for Great Britain, 44th after the first run. Nicole Wardley out of the Loveland Ski Club, and it's all over for Nicole. She's currently studying in Colorado, USA. But again, those tight technical turns combined with the long, deep, rounded ruts, making life very difficult now for these later start numbers. That's a shame for Nicole. Skied well in the opening turns and well on the first run. Bruce for Australia. Here, Bruce looking to emulate Phoebe Heeden, who's had a great run here. Phoebe, I should say, excuse me. Phoebe Heeden from bib number 53, 17th position. Now let's see if Pia Bruce can break into the top 30 here. It's been a good day for the Australian racers. 34th, that's still solid. And you start the day with bib 74. Some good skiing. Mirta Jaeger for Holland. Out of the Dutch Snow Sports Academy Racing. 45th in the giant slalom earlier this week. It's a really testing set, isn't it, from the Swiss coach? Real round off swing. 32nd position for the Dutch racer. 76 is Nicole Beeg. Ooh, a stumble in the start gate there for Nicole. Not the best way. No, it's tough to regain your confidence and focus when such a major error happens right at the top of the challenge. That's disappointing for Nicole. Sofia Maria Moldovan, Romanian racer, 48th after the first run, 5.38 seconds off the pace. .43rd in the giant slalom here. Runner-up in the national junior and national championships in slalom and giant slalom in Romania, in Poiana Brașov. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. And for Moldovan, 36th position, could be another solid FIS point score. Charlotte Holmes for Great Britain, 49th after the first run. Charlotte is out of the Apex Academy in Tignes in France. Now, Charlotte hoping to become the first Briton to complete the two legs here. Molly Butler came so close to a huge result. Good skiing from Charlotte Holmes, working with the terrain, not fighting against it. 37th position. Jana Fritz of Germany. Now she's got bib number 12. That tells us that she's got some solid points behind her. She had a little bit of a hiccup on the first run, stopped and literally started again. Let's see how much time that Fritz can make up on this second leg. She's a 23-point skier in giant slalom, 34-point skier in slalom, with some great results in the Oberjoch Europa Cups in Germany recently. Climbing a few places into 35th position. This is Matilda Watterson from New Zealand, out of the Wanaka Snow Sports Club. Some fantastic skiing up in Wanaka and the Harris Mountains down in New Zealand. Now for Matilda, looking to improve on her 45th position in the giant slalom. Yep, using the right technique to work with this difficult terrain. You've got to take that longer route, I'm afraid. Matilda Watterson of New Zealand, 39th position. That's quite a big improvement on her GS performance. Veronika Srabova for Slovakia. 51st position after the first run. Yeah, that's right. Joint 51st position with the New Zealand skier. '38th, her best result at these World Juniors in the Super G. Look how soft the snow is outside of that racing line. Just holds on. The finish line comes in the nick of time. 37th position for Strobova of Slovakia. Shepio for Belgium is next on course. Now Liv Shepio. Disqualified in the second run of the giant slalom. So Liv looking for a result to come away from these World Juniors with here today. Oh, and that is a shame. 5-6 turns from home in a DNF from the youngster, 16 years of age. Let's go to Bernadette Balo-Lorinc of Romania. 54th position after the first run. 8.72 off the pace. Looking to better her performance in the giant slalom of 61st position. Third in the slalom at the recent National Junior Championships for Romania. And that is a big improvement. 20 places better for Bernadette. 41st position. We stay with the Romanian skiers. This is Maya Biro. '60th position for Maya in the giant slalom. Again, at those recent National Junior Championships for Romania, she was 6th in the giant slalom. So again, looking for that marked improvement on her 60th from the giant slalom. Looking for those FIS points. As we mentioned earlier, the target for many of these later race numbers. And Biro, 42nd position. Again, a big step forwards in the slalom in comparison to the downhill. Last minute instructions to the Lebanese racers. Greece are next in the gate. Scarla Tinotti. Evangela going down on the opening turns. That's a shame for the young Greek racer, one of the youngest in the competition. This is the World Juniors. This should be the toughest and hardest test of the season at the World Championships. Swiss coach setting a very technical course. Let's see if Greece can have a little more luck with their second racer here. 57th after the first run. This is Eleni Ziku. A rock-solid 44th position in the Super G here in Tarvisio. Also at the European Youth Olympic Festival, 35 and 46 in slalom and in giant slalom. Ziku here now into those closing turns. Keep that focus right to the line. And 43rd position for the Greek racer. Alicia Sochia from Peru. Alicia, formerly racing for the United States of America, but switched nationality in June of last year. 63rd position, her result in the giant slalom. That giant slalom, of course, won by Giorgia Colom of Italy. And Colom has finished 5th in the slalom race here today. And for Peru, Sochia into 44th position. Talua Prolu for the Philippines, next on course. 56th in the giant slalom. A couple of top 20 results in some of the FIS races over in the United States of America, at Palisades, Tahoe, and Beaver Creek, Colorado. Love to try and score under 100 FIS points here today. Chiara Di Camillo of Albania, one of 3 remaining racers to wrap up this Women's World Junior Championship slalom race. Looking to improve on her 64th position in the giant slalom. But look at these results with the longer skis on. 45th in Super G, 38th in downhill. Now, I'd be delighted to celebrate with Chiara if she can take 4 results from 4 races here. The Albanian Ski Federation, of course, enjoying the superb skiing skills of Lara Kulturi on the Women's Senior World Cup right now. Giant slalom and slalom action coming from Norway, Sweden this weekend. Come on, Chiara, you can do this. And she certainly can. Chiara Di Camillo of Albania, 46th position, and a result in all 4 of her races here at the FIS Alpine Junior World Ski Championships in Tarvisio, Italy. 2 races left to go, both from the Lebanon. El Omira. Meassa. After a DNF in the giant slalom, hoping for a result in the slalom today. And she's there. Come on. Hold it. Yes. Elomiria, 47th position. Top 50. Absolutely brilliant. And a beautiful smile as well. Maya Maria Stefan will wrap up this last race for the women at these World Junior Ski Championships. Maya Maria Stefan. Just 17 years of age. 65th in the giant slalom here. If she can get to the bottom, she will be much quicker and a much better result in this slalom. But this is very tough. Right at the back of the pack. Warming, soft snow conditions. But then in some turns and gates, quite icy, firm and compact. A condition that you very rarely find time to train in. Maya Maria Stefan for Lebanon into 48th position. A top 50 result and a good finish to these World Juniors for the Lebanese team.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen, with a new champion, Cornelia Holland from Sweden, silver for Leonie Reich, Austria, bronze, Natalie Falks, Austria, fourth place for Norway and Sweden.
So confirmation that the last race of the FIS Alpine Junior World Ski Championships for the women has gone to Cornelia Öland, Reich and Falk, second and third for Austria, Nordborg in fourth position, and Colombe of Italy in fifth. Cornelia Öland has taken the gold, and from here in Tarvisio, she will now head to Åre in Sweden, her home ski club and resort, to race on the Women's World Cup Tour. Giant slalom on Saturday, slalom on Sunday, live here on FIS TV. A fantastic race of difficult conditions, but it is Sweden that takes the gold medal with Cornelia Öland. Chiara Di Camillo of Albania celebrating her 21st birthday in the finish area. And there will be a celebration later today for the Swedish skiers as well. Well, the men are preparing for their final race of these World Juniors. There will be a final slalom race here, and some very talented youngsters getting a chance to potentially take the last gold medal of the 11 up for grabs. Let's quickly recap on the best performances. Natalie Falk here on screen has taken the bronze medal. Another junior heading back to the Senior World Cup Tour in Åre, Sweden this weekend, with some excellent skiing on the second run to hold a bronze medal for the Austrian team. Natalie Falk, who was part of the gold medal winning team in the combined women's team combined petition with her partner Victoria Bergler, takes her second medal. Leonie Reich for Austria, related to Benny Reich distantly, that shows the family skills is definitely part of the DNA. Leonie Reich came so close to taking gold for Austria here today, missing out to the Swedish winner by 0.18 of a second. Just under 2/10 off the pace. And for me, Cornelia Öland's ski on this second leg was brilliant because it didn't all go to plan. Perhaps a little too aggressive in the mid part of the challenge. Saw the early green light turn to red at one point. Here she's 0.19, the right side of the clock. Slightly over edges the ski, a little too hard and aggressive, but the closing turns were quite magnificent. Look at that red light at sector 2, 0.35 to turn it into green by the end of the challenge, and to turn that green light into gold for Sweden. So that brings us to the end of our coverage here in Tarvisio. We will be back with the young men tomorrow for the last decision and the last set of medals here at these FIS Alpine Junior World Ski Championships. On behalf of all at FIS TV, I'd like to say many thanks for your company. And for myself, Nick Fellows, until tomorrow morning, it's goodbye for now.